Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. Today I am backtracking and playing with Mixed Media Mayhem from the 21st. I'm also backtracking for the same day for Iron Crafter, where we used chipboard. And I am, for the first time, playing along with a cherry on top sketch that I showed you there to create my layout from a cherry on top that they have challenges every so often. And for some reason, this actually popped up at the right time and worked out for the project that I wanted to work on. So I'm showing you some of my product here that, let's see. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I am playing along with Christmas In since this is the 25th of August. And so I started out pulling out the farm collection, and then I was going to mix in some Christmas product. And in the end, I think I don't end up using any of the farm collection at all. Uh, but you can kind of see my process here. I have this 49 and Market page flip, it's a 6 by 12. And so the top flip is going to be kind of the right side of the sketch with the four vertical photos on stacked on top of each other, and then underneath I'm going to actually create a second version with a 3 by 4 size photo for the main full 12 by 12 size layout, and then the flip will come over the top to mimic what was actually on the sketch. So once it's finished, hopefully you'll understand how I was inspired by the sketch and made this, I guess, 1.5 page layout work for me. So here I did actually pull out this rope laser cut, and that was from that one is from 49 Market, and I can't remember what collection that was from last fall. And I believe most of the other papers are from Paper Rose. A couple years ago, it was a collection, several of their Christmas collections that I purchased at my local scrapbook store. And let's see. So I do pull out a few other things, and I decide not to use that tab with the red barn on it. So what I'm documenting today is every year my mom, so my grandson's great grandma, we call her Gigi, she has given her great grandsons a big red wooden barn that she purchases from the Amish. And they get the red barn, and then they usually get a wooden auger that you can use to like uh, move like bales of hay and things like that. And ironically enough, Cody was hauling his cars from the like his Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars from the ground up to the loft of the barn. So he didn't have a lot of animals or bales of hay or anything like that. But so that's what the big 3 by 4 picture is. That will be on the main 12 by 12 layout here. And you can see me fiddling with this poinsettia that I think this was from a Katie Petite collection. Here is where I am bringing in some chipboard. I realized I put that in upside down, that this is a super old pine cone chipboard that I have, and I will get a couple others of those added onto the flat pages as well. So I'm getting these berries added into the middle of this poinsettia, and then I think this little cluster is going to be done for now. That I do cut up some tiny little pieces of foam and pop up the second layer of berries just to give a little bit of dimension there on that. And then I do bring in my wink of Stella, add a little shimmer there, and that is it for that section. So now I'm going to start matting my photos, and this is just a really thin piece of single-sided paper. I'm not even sure where it came from. I probably picked it up at a crop when I needed to mat some photos and forgot to take cardstock, and it probably just came home with me. So I just use that to mat my photos, and then I use the wood grain, and then my third layer is some more of the Vicky Bouton packaging. And just checking the spacing for this layer down here because I didn't want the embellishments to show beyond that 6 by 12 flap that is going to come over. So that's why I keep bringing that in just to test the spacing of everything. And basically, I just went through my stash of old Christmas embellishments and pulled some things that I thought coordinated with all of these lines together. So a little bit of Simple Stories, a little bit of 49 a Market, I think, and a few pieces of the Arden creative Christmas from last year that Katie Petit put together. So, and you can see some of those things that I've pulled off to the upper right. This little laser cut piece here is a meant to look like a piece of washi tape, but it's actually a laser cut. That piece there is from an older Simple Stories collection that I think Katie Petit also designed before she left Simple Stories. So if I still like the embellishment and still don't have much of the collection left, but I like the embellishment, I will save it to use at a later date when it actually works for my design. This was a small piece of a branding strip from 49 a Market, and I decided to just use it as part of the embellishment down here in this lower right hand corner. I did use my decal edge scissors to cut each of the ends to give it a little bit of a distressed end. And I had pulled these word strips from a couple different things, and at first I thought I was going to use them in that area where I just put that branding strip just coming out from there, and then I ended up using those partial tag stickers instead. And so now I'm just kind of auditioning where some of those may or may not work, and I get that one on there, and then I put the other ones off to the side. I had those two acrylic snowflakes from Bramble Fox that they came in a free package when I placed an order, probably over a year ago. And so the other piece that came in that freebie package is the teal colored wreath that is up in that upper right hand corner, and I will actually end up using that on this part of the page here. So you can see that I did cut a piece of vellum, and now I'm just making sure to only put adhesive behind where the photos are. Get that stuck down, and then this was another branding strip that I had left over, so I will go ahead, actually both of these two pieces, so I just kind of stagger them along and create a little layering, I guess, shelf there at the bottom of this 12 by 6 by 12 size page. And then I'm going to add some kind of little embellishment there off to the right hand side. So here is that other acrylic piece that I'm going to get onto my page. And I do decide to back the center piece since where I do decide to put it, it is going to hang partially on and off a picture, and I just wanted it all to be consistent behind in that circle area. So here's where I end up putting a few more wordy bits up there in the top right corner, so that way you kind of have a visual triangle for the three different embellishment areas. and it will help lead your eye through the page as you look at each of the 4 pictures. So just using my uh, liquid glue here to put that acrylic piece on, and since my glass board is magnetic, that I use my magnet there just to hold it down really good for a good long time while I'm working on the rest of the page. And by the time I'm done, then that acrylic piece will be adhered very securely to the page. So here I am working on something to go in the tag hole. I didn't want to leave my tag hole naked, and so I'm trying to recreate that rope piece knot that is on that laser cut. And so I wrap some twine around my fingers, and then I basically tie a knot around the middle to secure it. And so I've done that part, and then I cut apart the loops so it looks kind of raggy on each of the ends. And then basically I just wrapped my twine around the center and used a glue dot to go ahead and secure that down to the page. So here you can see that I have used my own handwriting to write the journaling of how my mom has given the barn to each of her great-grandsons. So now I've met the handwriting, I've got my tag, and let's see, what was the, oh, I will get to the spray ink here in a minute to meet the mixed media mayhem requirements. And as far as the chipboard, that was where the pine cones, here are 2 more that I'm going to get on. Those are both chipboard pieces as well. And here is where my spray ink comes in. I do end up just using it as a splatter, so this may be considered more of a cheat because I didn't actually spray the spray. And honestly, this spray was sold, it was actually kind of gloppy. And but I did like how it looked still, so I still continued on and went ahead and used it. And there you can see I'm showing you some of the big old glops that I got in on there. And I also added some Tim Holtz staples in a couple different places. And here are the close-up shots. So hopefully you can see where I was inspired to create this layout with the cherry on top sketch, as well as using the mixed media mayhem prompts, using the iron crafter chipboard prompt, as well as creating a Christmas layout for Christmas in August. Whew, that was a lot of things to combine together, but I think I combined all of them quite well and created a layout that I actually really like how it came out. So if you have any questions, leave those down below and check out all the links to everyone playing along, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.